We're Vinny and Elise. We moved into our self-converted van in September of 2020, and we've been traveling full-time since January of this year. We've been as far west as San Diego and as far south as Key West. Our goal is to see every state and every national park, so come along as we explore the U.S. Hey YouTube, so we are back with another hike for you today. I hope everyone had an amazing 4th of July. Here's a little bit of what ours looked like. But today we are taking you on a hike in the hills here. It's a little bit more secretive. It's kind of a place that if you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to find, but it should be a lot of fun. We are taking you to Poet's Table.
Alright, so Poet's Table has a lot of history. It's been here since 1968 and was brought here by the Vagabond poet. The Poet's Table was originally called the Poet's Desk at Paradise Retreat.
You may not have heard of the Vagabond poet, but he was pretty well known in the late 60s to early 70s here in the Black Hills. His real name was John Raeck, and he came to the Black Hills and to Sylvan Lake in the 1960s, and that's where he worked for some time. While he worked there and while being in the hills, he kind of explored the surrounding areas, which led him to the area that we now know as Poet's Table. He was the one who originally carried the lumber up to the top, made a table, a couple chairs, a few benches, and a little cabinet.
In 2016, it was the first time Elise and I originally did this hike together. We went up there and it was the original table, and they had we found a notebook, and in the notebook was an entry from 1973. So in the entry, they're talking about it and they say how this John showed them the table and they were thankful for John. And so we're assuming the John they're talking about is John Raeck. But it's still crazy how in 2016 there was still a notebook up there from 1973.
Unfortunately, the desk and the writings that Vinny just talked about are no longer up here, and that's because in 2018, 2 individuals cut the table in half and carried it down and disposed of everything that was there, including the original cabinet, the original table, all of the chairs. Everything that was originally here is all gone now. Their reasoning behind it was that it was an eyesore and it wasn't being taken care of. It's frustrating because so much history was lost. But now the table is not what it once was. I feel like now it's kind of lost that initial charm that it used to have. It's still super cool. People still come up here. They still write poetry and they still put it in the cabinet. But it's just not quite what it used to be.
So here it is, boat's table. This is the one that an individual rebuilt and is now protected by the National Forest. So if you were to come up and try to destroy this, take any things, it's got a plaque here stating that this is National Forest and there will be a federal crime if anything happens to it, which is really cool. But as you can see, tons of people have already been up here, signed their names several times, which is what the table was originally. This one's a little smaller, but man, it's a heck of a climb to get up here and carry a full put together table. This full of notebooks, cards, memories, all kinds of things. So write down something, you can leave something, just a place to write poetry or what you're thinking. Plenty of pencils and pens up here as well, but obviously just leave everything where it is. Don't destruct anything if you find this place. So it's really important to the locals around here in the Black Hills.
Definitely. The two girls that originally destroyed the table were tried in court. It wasn't federal property at that time, so there wasn't a whole lot that they could push for in court. Their names were never released as well. It kind of became to the point that they had to delete all their social media. They don't exist on the internet anymore. I mean, maybe they do now, but it was a big deal. A lot of locals were really angry, and everybody was kind of like, yeah, let him out of jail. Let's see what happens. So just keep that in mind if you come up here. It is sacred to us. We love it. We want it to stay as it is. Originally, the table was over the top of this rock, so I would have been standing right on the table. It was quite a bit bigger. There were 4 chairs that were here, and the cabinet that's now there used to be here, and it used to be a lot bigger and kind of like a French doors. So there used to be a lot more stuff up here. We're just happy that we have what we have now. What you got, buddy? Max, we can't take it. I know you found it up here, but we gotta leave it. Somebody else wants to play with that, buddy. We can't take it. All right, let's go. Come on.
All right, guys. Elise doesn't want me to give away where it's at, so I'm gonna tell you where it's at.
Hey, no. Not today, sir.
No?
But you take the trailhead by.